Okay, let's unpack this. You ever get that vivid flashback to being a kid? Maybe plotting some little scheme?
Oh, yeah. That thrill of a small adventure, just, away from the grown-ups.
Exactly. That feeling, that's what we're kind of tapping into today. We're diving back into Tom Sawyer's world, him and his friends.
Right. Almost like reminiscing, isn't it? Not just reading a story.
Yeah, less like analyzing a book and more like
Yeah.
remembering St. Petersburg. We've got these audio bits that really help with that.
They really pull you in. So, yeah, we're piecing together those memories, the dusty town, the stuff that happened.
Totally. And our mission here, it's not a book report, right? We want to dig into those moments that, well, that really show what being a kid back then was like.
The clever ways out of chores, the pull of the unknown.
And those sudden bumps into the adult world. The scary stuff.
Definitely. So, where else to start? But that classic childhood nightmare, the chore on a perfect day.
The fence. Oh, man, the fence. You just hear the word and you picture it, don't you?
Sunny Saturday, summer's calling.
And there's Tom facing this, like, huge fence, 3 meters high, 30 meters long.
Yeah, Aunt Polly's idea of a day off for him was not fun.
You can almost feel his despair in the audio, can't you? The weight of that brush.
Endless painting, stretching ahead. But then, that spark, that clever idea starts brewing.
It's amazing how fast his mood shifts. It's not just avoiding the work. It's something else.
It's a whole performance. Remember Joe Harper wandering by?
With the apple, looking all free and happy.
And there's Tom, suddenly acting like whitewashing is the most fascinating, exclusive thing ever.
The size, the artistic way he's slapping on the paint. Pure theater.
It's brilliant, though. He's not just trying to trick Joe. He's making Joe want to do it.
Turning punishment into privilege. Yeah, tapping into that kid thing of wanting what someone else has got.
And then the trades start happening. Joe's apple goes first.
A symbol of Saturday freedom. Gone.
But it doesn't stop there, does it? More kids show up, probably to laugh at first.
Oh, for sure. But one by one, Tom reels them in, sells them on this amazing opportunity.
And the stuff he gets, it's incredible. Marbles, what else? An old knife?
A one-eyed cat, wasn't there? An old blue bottle. All sorts of junk.
Treasure to them. It just shows how he could, manufacture desire out of thin air.
He's not just dodging work. He's building up this little empire of cool stuff. Became the envy of the block for an hour.
And Aunt Polly, she comes out, sees the finished fence.
And she's thrilled. Gives him that apple. And then I think another one.
Yeah. It's just perfect Tom Sawyer, isn't it? Cleverness turning a bad situation right around.
Makes you think about work and play and how perception changes everything.
It really does. And it sets up his character so well. That wit, the charm, the knack for getting out of things.
But still kind of innocent at this point, you know?
Definitely. But that innocence gets a jolt pretty quick. Monday morning, school time.
And Tom's already got another plan.
Okay.
Which involves everyone's favorite outsider.
Huckleberry Finn. Yeah, such a contrast, isn't he? Living rough, totally free.
In a way the other kids can only dream about, maybe envy a little.
And on this Monday, Huck's got, he's got a dead cat.
Right. The dead cat. For the graveyard ritual at midnight. Something about ghosts or wards. I forget the exact superstitions.
Something like that, calling ghosts, maybe. And Tom, naturally, is immediately interested.
Of course he is. The mystery, the forbidden. It's irresistible.
So he agrees to meet Huck later, which leads to him being late for school.
And the punishment. Sitting with the girls. Which, actually...
Is that okay for him? Because that's when he sees Becky Thatcher.
The new girl. Blue eyes, yellow hair, boom. Instantly smitten.
So sitting with the girls is suddenly an opportunity, not a punishment.
Classic Tom. And his attempts to impress her are just so kid-like, aren't they?
Offering the apple, drawing the little house and stick figure.
Promising to teach her to draw. Like he's some great artist.
It's sweet, though. Awkward, but sweet. But that sweetness, it doesn't last the day.
No. Because that night, he keeps his promise to Huck. Midnight. Graveyard. Dead cat.
And the mood just shifts, doesn't it? The audio gets tense, quiet, spooky.
They're expecting ghosts, maybe. But what they find is way worse.
Real human horror! Grave robbers! Dr. Robinson, Muff Potter, and Injun Joe.
It happened so fast. The argument, the fight, and then Injun Joe with Muff's knife.
Killing the doctor. And then the cold-blooded part, framing Muff Potter while he's passed out drunk.
Planting the knife. Just chilling. And Tom and Huck see everything. Hidden. Terrified.
Their midnight adventure just became a nightmare, witnessing a murder.
And that pact they make,
Yeah.
swearing silence, even though they know Muff's innocent.
The fear of Injun Joe is just overwhelming, isn't it? You can understand why they wouldn't talk.
It's a heavy secret for kids to carry.
Yeah.
This isn't about games anymore. It's life and death stuff.
A huge turning point. Goodbye childhood games. Hello terrifying reality.
Yeah. And that secret, that fear,
Yeah.
it gnaws at Tom, leads to the next big idea.
Running away. Escaping the whole mess. Jackson's Island.
He ropes in Joe Harper, who's feeling sorry for himself about something.
And Huck, of course. The expert runaway. Off they go, midnight, stealing food. Huck's got his pipe.
It's the ultimate boyhood dream, right? Striking out on your own. Be pirates on an island.
And at first it seems great. Sleeking outside, swimming, fishing, freedom.
Total escape from St. Petersburg rules. Just being boys.
But then reality hits. Hard. They see the ferryboat out on the river.
Searching. And they figure out it's searching for them.
Everyone thinks they've drowned. Whoa.
Imagine that moment. Shock. Then, wait, are we famous? Tom's reaction is priceless.
So, Tom, that self-centered kid perspective, but also kind of funny.
And it leads straight to his next masterpiece of drama.
Attending their own funeral, the sheer audacity.
It's brilliant theater. But island life wasn't all glory, was it? There was the smoking incident.
Oh, right. Huck's pipe. They try to act all grown up and smoke.
And get horribly sick.
Ah.
A little reality check on the pirate fantasy.
But the funeral entrance? Wow, that's the payoff. Walking into the church during the service.
The gasps, the shock, then the crying turns to, like, pure joy.
Aunt Polly, Becky, everyone overcome. Probably the happiest funeral St. Petersburg ever saw, like the audio says.
It really shows how much the town cared about them, even with all the trouble Tom caused.
Yeah, those community bonds were strong. But even with the heroes welcome.
The shadow's still there, the graveyard, Muff Potter's still in jail.
Right. Tom's a hero now. But he and Huck have this terrible secret weighing them down, the injustice of it all.
And Muck's trial is coming up. That creates serious tension.
You can feel Tom wrestling with it, can't you? His conscience versus his fear of Injun Joe.
It's a big step for him, deciding to testify. That takes real guts.
Knowing Injun Joe might come after him, the audio really brings out the weight of that choice.
And then the courtroom scene. Tom standing up, pointing, telling the truth.
Recounting the whole awful night, it's incredibly brave, a real moment of heroism. And the result, Muff's free. The town knows the truth. Tom's an even bigger hero.
Injun Joe escapes through the window during the commotion.
Exactly. So the immediate danger to Muff is gone, but the threat to Tom, it just got way more personal.
Yeah, Injun Joe knows who pointed the finger. That fear lingers.
But Tom, being Tom, his adventurous spirit isn't down for long. What's next?
Treasure, of course. The classic adventure itch. Buried treasure.
He gets Huck involved, naturally. They start digging near that old dead tree on Cardiff Hill. Pure kid stuff.
But then they shift focus. That spooky old abandoned house. Maybe treasure's hidden there.
And guess who else is thinking about hidden stuff in old houses?
Injun Joe. And his partner. The boys overhear them, hiding inside.
Talking about their own stolen loot. $600.
Which, to Tom and Huck, must have sounded like, well, a fortune.
Suddenly, it's not just fantasy treasure hunting. It's real money, almost within reach. Until Injun Joe gets spooked and decides to move it, take it somewhere safer.
Somewhere under the cross. What does that even mean?
Exactly. It adds this whole new layer of mystery. Where's the cross? Where's the money?
They look around town, try to figure it out, but no luck. The trail goes cold for a bit.
But that idea of treasure and the danger of Injun Joe, it's all still simmering under the surface.
And then comes Becky's birthday picnic, which leads to the cave.
McDougal's cave. Huge, dark, confusing, miles of tunnels.
A perfect place for an adventure. And a perfect place to get lost.
Which is exactly what happens. Tom and Becky wander off, explore a new passage.
And suddenly they can't find their way back. They're separated from everyone else.
Then the bats attack. Becky's candle goes out, plunging them into total darkness.
Terrifying. You can just imagine the panic setting in. Lost, dark, no food, no water.
Wandering for days, getting weaker. It's genuinely life or death now.
And then, as if it wasn't bad enough, Tom sees him. Just a glimpse in the dark.
Injun Joe, in the cave with them. Can you imagine the terror?
Unbelievable. Lost, starving, and the murderer is somewhere nearby in the same pitch-black maze.
But Tom doesn't completely fall apart. He shows that resourcefulness again.
Yeah, the kite string, trying to follow it, mark his path, smart thinking under pressure.
And somehow, incredibly, he finds a way out. A little hole near the river, they're saved.
The town goes wild, obviously. Relief, celebration. They were lost for days.
Yeah. But in the middle of all that joy, Mr. Thatcher decides to seal the main cave entrance. Big, heavy doors. For safety.
And Tom hears about it and realizes, oh no.
Injun Joe, he's still inside, trapped.
It's a shocking moment. The unintended consequence of trying to keep people safe.
And when they finally open the doors later, they find him dead right by the entrance, knife nearby.
A really grim end.
Yeah.
But it removes the main threat hanging over Tom and Huck.
It's stark, isn't it? These kid adventures keep bumping into really serious consequences. Death. Fear.
But with Injun Joe gone,
Yeah.
one piece of unfinished business remains.
The treasure. Huck's recovered, and he and Tom put it together.
If Injun Joe was hiding in the cave, maybe he took the money there, under the cross.
It's the only thing that makes sense. So back they go, secretly.
Using Tom's little side entrance that nobody else knew about. Smart kid.
And inside, they search. And they find it on the wall.
A cross marked with smoke, just like Joe had mumbled about.
Leads them to a smaller tunnel, and there it is, a box.
Full of gold coins, $12,000.
12,000, an absolutely staggering amount back then. They did it.
They found the real treasure. Tom Sawyer and Huck Finn, richest boys in St. Petersburg. What an ending.
It really is. When you think about the whole arc, the fence, the graveyard, the island, the trial, the cave.
It's just one thing after another. A mix of pure childhood fun and, like, genuine danger.
They faced down a killer, dealt with huge moral questions, nearly died, and came out the other side, changed and rich.
It's amazing how those lighthearted moments always seem to lead to something bigger, darker, or just more intense.
Their courage, though, and their friendship, that really shines through, doesn't it?
Yeah, that transition from innocence to, well, experience.
Yeah,
it's all there.
Definitely. And, you know, thinking about McDougal's cave, how huge and unexplored it was, and how much sheer luck was involved in Tom and Becky getting out and them finding the treasure, it kind of makes you wonder, doesn't it? What else might still be hidden down there? Or just around St. Petersburg? What other stories, what other secrets did even Tom and Huck never stumble upon?
It's a really interesting thought to leave things on. Food for thought. Well, thanks for joining us on this deep dive into Tom Sawyer's world.